9 months ago, I made a video called Why Cheerleading is Not a Sport. I'm going to stop calling every video I mention a second time one of my favorite on the channel, but it does have a special place in my heart. Now, all of my other videos on this channel combined have a total of 0 dislikes. Meanwhile, that one had 5 dislikes, 3 triggered comments, and an absolute gem of a joke from Ron Adams. That actually is one of my favorite stats on the channel because it shows that I have the ability to make people mad. But there are a couple things I need to fix about that video. I'm gonna do that here. Now, the first thing I need to do is clarify that this is not about All-Star Cheer. This was what a number 2 of comments were about. All-Star Cheer checks off all the boxes for a sport, so despite the fact that nobody cares about it, it is indeed a sport. I had never heard of this, however, so I get a pass. I am talking about the girls who sit on the sideline, occasionally do something decent, but usually just declare that we are indeed our own team. I would take a video, but as a high school male, if I take a video of cheerleaders, it does not look good. And no, I haven't been dumped by a cheerleader or anything that would force me to despise them. I just don't think it's a sport. Now, the one thing I did perfectly in that video was use the definition of sport and show that because cheerleaders don't compete against anyone, they aren't playing a sport. That was the Oxford Dictionary definition, but there are other definitions out there, so let's see if these would help the case. The freedictionary.com has the definition as, quote, an activity involving physical exertion and skill that is governed by a set of rules or customs and often undertaken competitively. That makes cheerleading even less of a sport. Yes, it is an activity involving physical exertion and skill. Great job. But it is not governed by a set of rules, nor undertaken competitively. Now, I could leave it here, but I need that YouTube cash money to buy some Cheetos, so let's talk about this some more. In the other video, I called cheerleading a dependent sport because it requires another sport to work, i.e. basketball or football. If football and basketball were never invented, do you think that cheerleading would be a thing? No, of course not. They would have nothing to cheer for. So if there wasn't another sport, then this supposed sport would not exist. Now, one of the most profound statements that cheerleaders will scream in your face with their hands over their ears, not listening to any arguments is, quote, oh, cheerleaders throw 100-pound girls while football players throw a pound football, and we actually catch them. Oh, sick burn. Of course, I can look on YouTube for cheerleaders getting dropped and find plenty of good results, but that is not the point. I really don't get how this is a good argument, because if cheerleaders would have 350-pound defensive linemen charging at them with the goal of hurting them, I would watch it even more. And as much as I would like to see that, the answer is no. It's not a good argument. And if you teach football players the proper technique for, I'm going to say 4 weeks, they would be able to throw and catch 100-pound girls also. Now, the last argument that they will say, because they have been beaten by logic and reasoning and science, is, oh, you're just some online troll. You would never say this to actual people. At school, I have talked numerous times about this very topic and have repeatedly plugged my first video, which you can find in the description. Notasport. What's that spell? Not a sport. Woo! But anyway, you can check me out on Twitter with the handle ILikeGus, which gives you all the funny Super Bowl comments that you want. And that game sucked because it did. Shout out to Adam Levine with the over-under of 1 shirt, giving me some dollars with the over. And comment below the special reason that you hate my guts, and make sure to smash that dislike button, because that makes me laugh. See ya.